The chill of the Hall of Echoes clung to the Lady Vengeance as it returned to the shores of Reaper's Coast.
Well, that's one way to travel.
The Godwoken were alive, but what of the gods?
Fuck the gods! This is all their fault. Everything's their fault. Fuck them! You'll understand why. This is their fault. All of it. Welcome to Reaper's Coast, everyone.
Solid ground materializes beneath your feet. Your weight falls back into your body all at once, and bright sunlight suddenly illuminates your surroundings. As you look around, you realize you're still aboard the Lady Vengeance. A gust of fresh sea air caresses you, and warm sunshine coaxes the bones of your skull and hands to tighten pleasantly.
One moment, please.
Malady explodes in a fit of retching that racks her body. At last, she sneezes and expels a glob of something shiny and silver onto the deck. It wriggles quickly off the siding and plummets into the sea with a splash.
Better. Let's not do that again anytime soon.
What the fuck happened?
Well, we needed to escape, didn't we? So I took us the one place I was quite certain Dallas couldn't follow. I suppose you recognized the Hall of Echoes from those visions you'd had before. Realm of the dead, realm of divinity. I do hope you learned something useful on our little field trip.
The gods seem desperate.
Desperate how? I see. So, your god seemed uncharacteristically frightened, told you the void was coming, and that only you could ascend to divinity, after which you felt a cold deep within you.
Yep.
Well then, it sounds like you need to ascend, doesn't it? And quickly.
She inspects her fingernails with great attention, then looks up at you from under an arched eyebrow.
Did they mention how you were meant to become the next divine?
I meant to grow my powers. Not sure where I'm supposed to start.
Oh, what confidence you inspire.
Hey, you're not telling me shit either.
Luckily for you, Mama Malady is here to help. We already know you can bless, but as far as I know, you can neither see source nor take it as you see fit. I may not know much about divinity, but I do know that any godwoken worth their salt will know how to perform all these so fantastic feats. You need to go see the Meister.
Where?
She's got one of those things in Driftwood. You know, the building where people go and they do things inside of it? A home, that's it. She's got a home in Driftwood. Give me your map. There you are. Tell her I sent you and she'll handle the rest. You're at the beginning of a long journey, Godwoken. Long, but exceedingly interesting. Now, I must be going, and so must you.
Where are you going?
Shopping. Why, our faithful little sloop, of course. We can all ride together. Before you go, if I'm not back by the time you find out where our journey takes us next, you can call me back here. Tell the ship. She'll know how to summon me. And in the unlikely case you don't manage to do whatever it is you'll need to do to become what you need to become, you could call me, but I would be grateful if it doesn't come to that.
Damn it, is nowhere safe. Red-robed lunatics at sea, those void-woken seedlings in the swamp. It all points to the great acorn. It's coming, Quercus! What if it's too late, What if the Knights of Dre are too far ahead in their plans?
Who?
At least here, our shield's ignorance can be forgiven, Quercus. The Knights of Dre do not go out of their way to boast about their existence. You know their order, my friend. Mystic Squirrel Knights, sworn to the great acorn, trying to bring about its return.
The squirrel absent-mindedly runs a paw over Quercus's spine. The air fills with the sound of soft, dusty purring.
They plan to inherit the everlasting forest once the acorn drops, and the world is rid of all giants. They believe that only the arboreal will and should survive.
So, how are you stopping them?
I don't know. I am trying, of course. But how does one battle a power like the Great Acorn? The Knights of Dre are a dangerous, dangerous order. Lunatics with a single-minded devotion to bringing about the end of the world. Together, Quercus, we can develop some magic to save us from the Great Acorn, if our shield can keep us alive. Yes, it has done an admirable job so far. It certainly lasted longer than I thought it would. But does it understand that we could be wiped out at any moment? Does it understand the risk? Trust. Do you remember trust, Quercus? I'm not sure I do. Well, yes, of course I trust you, Quercus. You're different. But perhaps we should show a little faith in our shield, too.
The squirrel reaches out and touches your ankle, sending a hot flush rippling through your body. Your mind's eye sees new potential spells swirling before it.
If the shield can hold up its end of the bargain, we might just have a chance to complete.
Hello again. And I think it's time to start repaying the favours. I could fetch some stuff you need.
Oh, that would be great.
Mom always said I was sure thing.
Penny mushrooms.
Hail, friend, and remember, in Lucian's love there can be no wrong.
What are you gonna do next?
Paradise awaits, my friend. Not an actual paradise, of course. I don't think there's such a place in all of Rivellon. Paradise Downs. My parents still sow the soil there.
Yeah, about
And if
that.
the Order hadn't called me to its ranks, I'd still call their farm my home. I miss it. I miss them. They've been forever understanding of my duty. But I admit, I've been neglectful. I have some wrongs to right.
Where are we going?
I expect Malady has an answer to that.
Do you quote Lucian
It
often?
seems only as often as when I invoke
Gareth's not.
I don't care.
All willing to fight by your side if the price is right.
Hey, Tarquin! Oh, okay. You're going this way. What be up?
I hadn't realized I was in such illustrious company when we met before. Most fascinating, the things I've been hearing about you. That you're, how did Malady put it again? A god-woken. Yes, that's it. Quite remarkable. if
Why would
it's
that
true.
interest you?
Come now. You've seen the state of things. A potential savior from all this void-woken nonsense would be of interest to everyone with a beating heart. And some without, I would imagine.
Tarquin pauses, taking you in. Genial smile and calculating eyes.
Most people are too sentimental to admit that friendship is a transaction. I am not. I'm sure we can both be of use to each other.
I concur. I know. I like the cut of your jib.
Marvelous. Great things abound in our future, I'm sure.
So how did you survive?
Why, it was your ally, Malady, who spared me. She claimed that I might be of some use yet. Rather flattering to enjoy the favor of such a powerful being.
Alright, let's go. Bye, Tarquin.
Here we are, Reaper's Coast.
What's
We
on
made it.
What's in your mind?
The hunt, like always.
To be God-woken is all well and good, but above all, I've yet to find the Master. Somewhere further inland, Roost Anlon breathes. All I have to do now is pick up his scent and make his last breath worth my while.
Not much of a landlubber, but sometimes I get no choice in the matter. Besides, there's business to take care of.
What do you make of everything?
I don't know. I've never been one for worshipping. I always figured if Duna really existed, he'd show himself. I mean, am I really supposed to ask some invisible dwarf in the sky to grant world peace? Or give me a pony? Yeah, it sounded like a waste of time to me.
I'm with you, man.
But, then he showed himself. He said he could help me free our people if I helped him. And I left with more questions than when I started.
Oh, hey. What, this old gaggle of weirdos?
What do you think of Melody?
Oh, she's all right. A lot of bark, but I think she really cares about what we're doing. Better that than a sweetheart who'd sooner watch you walk off a cliff than shout, "Look out!"
You miss anybody?
I don't know about home, but I do sort of miss the gang I travel with now and then. Crawler, Madcap, Papa Joris for sure. Musicians mostly. We all had our own stories, our own troubles, but when we were together and the music was with us, it was like none of that mattered at all. When you have people like that around you, you know, a family, even rain feels like sunshine.
All right. Why is Beast marked?
Not much of a landlubber, but something. Malady said this Meister...
Beast port.
I'd also appreciate it if we dealt with this Lohar fella. He's the key to unlocking this mess Justinia's made.
About the Queen.
I'll stop this Operation Downfall of hers, all right. And finding Lohar in these parts and dealing with him is the first step in doing just that.
I know who you're looking for, man, and I can direct him to you. Or direct you to him. Box!
A dying shark lies gasping on the sand, bleeding from the mouth and gills. It turns its dark and soulless eyes to you. Its bloody gills open in search of water, but find only air.
I can drag you back.
It gasps in the air, struggling for the breath to speak. Its own blood froths at its mouth.
No, die here. Monsters in the water. Monsters in the deep. Monsters bigger.
It summons the energy to snap at you, thrashing in the sand. You jump back.
No, die here. Monsters in the water. Monsters in the deep.
The shark lays there, gasping quiet. It lays there, gasping.
That's great. I'm so happy about all this. Fish. Fish. More fish. And I'm pretty smelly. Okay. Bye-bye, shark. Actually. I know who that leg belongs to. Dead civilian. What happened here?
What happened here?
Tooth. That happened. Oh boy. Hey, Beast. Alright.
Glory is mine!
How the fuck did we miss?
Right where I want you.
Glory is mine!
Rain, please. Can we get out of the fire, please? Okay, let's rest. And loot. Okay, guess that's it. That was exciting.
No, it's not true.
A Magister caravan. I remember one just like this picking me up. Could have been a shipment to Fort Joy. But what happened here?
You okay?
White as driftwood salt, the dwarf flinches at your approach, yet she holds a short, clean blade aloft. Her fierce stance can't hide the trembling of her fingers.
Back! Get back! I'll kill you, just like the rest of them.
Shh, lass. I know you're all afraid. In times like these, I don't blame you. But I ain't out to hurt you. Now, why don't you take a few breaths and tell me what happened?
You be Scott's this.
She slumps, all bravado draining from her.
No. I've never seen anything like those beasts before. Are they gone?
Voidwoken, you mean? Poor thing. No wonder you were scared. I'd be scared too.
Those? Yes. Worst ones I've ever seen. Ripped through the Magisters. The dwarves. Dead. And the sorcerers. Gone.
Her eyes stare vacantly into the distance, glassy as marbles. It's not cold, yet her shivering is relentless.
I don't know. Oh, Duna's beard. Loha. My boss, Lohar, will want to know what happened to them, but I can't remember.
Lohar, eh? Where will I find this boss of yours?
Oh, well, you'll find him in Effie's Emporium, neath the Black Bull. He's a fine man. A little gruff, yeah. But he's the only one in Driftwood wanting to help and not hurt.
She looks up at Beast through tear-stained eyes, but you can see her resolve hardening as she remembers who she is and what she stands for.
French fry, get off.
Oh, Seven sympathy. I saw those things dragging the sorcerers along the cliffs towards the Wrecker's caves. No more. It's gone.
She flinches at the slightest rustle of wind through the long grass. Terror in her eyes, she stumbles away from you.
Now we know where to find Lohar. Oh, let's loot. I have a lot of things to eat. Ooh. Cooking station.
Did you hear? The eggs are gone. Gone for good. No one to keep them warm. No one to keep them safe.
What happened to your eggs?
Not my eggs, our eggs. All the family, all the eggs, every last one. Big Marge, sir. Big Marge will tell you everything.
Which one of you is Big Marge? Oh, there you are.
I saw. They were stolen. The babies, the eggs, something took them.
What did it look like?
Big as a cow, big as a house, and many legs. Too many.
What happened?
Horrible thief. It came in the night. It took the eggs. It scrambled away fast.
Which way?
If I showed you, you could bring them back. You could bring them back. Map. Show me your map.
In a flurry of feathers, she leaps up and pecks a small hole in your map.
That's where they are. I went after my babies. I saw where they went. But they've changed so much. Bring them back.
Yep, I'll do that. Doing the work for chickens.
The kid is whistling an off-key tune as he strolls about shiftily. He raises an eyebrow at your approach, but says nothing.
What's up?
Ain't up to how. Just looking for someone. Seen Ben Mesd.
He's dead.
Ooh. Baron won't like that. Won't like that one little bit.
The kid shoves his hands in his pockets and ambles off, resuming his tuneless whistling.
I need those mushrooms. The other people in my party. Alright.
Welcome to
Get
Driftwood.
yourself in check, boy. I won't have you running off like Millicent and Tully. You'll just end up sliding down some Voidwoken's gross gullet, piece by piece.
The older-looking Magister notices your presence. He wipes his grubby hands downward across his greaves, as if to wipe away the grime, but instead smears more dirt onto them.
Halt, dwarf! What word do you bring?
Bad tidings. There's some dead Magisters and dwarves wrecked outside of town.
His face goes pale, and his eyes open wide. The Magister that greeted you remains stiff, as if enduring a harsh wind.
The Voidwoken come.
Hush, Fader. You may pass, traveller. Dare say you'll be aching to leave before long anyway. But before you do, find Raymond, the White Magister. He'll want to know what you've seen. Be quick, mind. He's set to sail any moment.
Sure.
He nods his head in the direction of the bridge, but offers no other instructions.
As long as you stay put, you'll be safe.
He's gonna die. I'm gonna kill every...
Them sorcerers from the caravan.
Ooh, Whisperwood. Alright, they're the lost eggs. I'll do that in a bit. Alright, so the town's this way. Come on. Let's go, guys.
Get yourself in check, boy.
The older-looking...
Halt, Scaleskin.
His face...
The Voidwoken.
Hush, Fader. Be quick, man.
He nods his head in the...
Alright. Yeah, we went through that already. What level are you guys? 9? I could probably take you.
This town looks peaceful enough. Let's find out if looks deceive.
Alright, where's that asshole? Hey, dickhead.
Go on, you mute sacks of flesh. Put your backs into it. I'll not lose another day to the tide. The Lord Dread awaits. Its sails billow with Dallas's breath. I'll...
The Magister stops, barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
Sup? Good day.
You do not get to make that decision. That decision is mine. A good day? Let's talk about a good day. Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being broken with cast iron rods.
Yeah, you humans.
We do cruel things unto others and unto ourselves because we must.
He licks his lips. Dry flesh turns wet.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood and piss.
What's your fucking game?
My favorite one. I'm very good at what I do, see? I don't even need a sauce hound yapping at my side.
Yeah, you do.
There was a whiff of something in the air when you approached. A current of filth. That is to say, sauce. Best convince me I was mistaken.
You got a lot of nerve to accuse the best source hunter west of Arx of being a sorcerer.
He leans in closer and sniffs the air once more.
Interesting. So I was mistaken. Must have been ambition I smelt on you, not the magic that dare not speak its name. Very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn straight to the hunt. The very definition of your order's existence. Seems peaceful here, doesn't it? A quiet day in a quiet town. One wouldn't think these drifting woods toss on dwarf-troubled waters, but they do.
What, you can't deal with a few dwarves yourself?
I'm quite capable. But as you can see, I'm also preparing to set sail. And who will deal with them when I'm gone? Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? A mule? A beast of burden? But some defy that role. There are rats among them, dancing to their rat queen's tune. I've need of a rat catcher.
I got better things to do. Go fuck yourself.
Did I give you the illusion you have a choice? How absurd. I must depart post-haste, but Julian here will stay behind and be a good little parrot. Ask and he will answer.
Stay behind? But I've my orders. Same as you. Dallas.
Like I said, Julian is staying. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shaking hands instead of stringing them up?
No, go fuck yourself.
For a few moments, his hand hangs motionless in the air, then is withdrawn with a swift and determined finality.
I'll kill you later.
Hard feelings it is. The illusion of choice, remember? The time has come, my stitch-lit lovelies. We set sail. Get on board and man your stations.
Asshole.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
The dog lies there quietly, clearly in great pain.
You don't smell right.
What's wrong with you?
It snaps at your hand.
Got a pain in the neck. Got a bad pain in the neck.
It flinches. A low, threatening growl builds within its throat. Under the collar, you find the sharpened points of metal rivets, gouging the poor dog's skin. The dog bares its teeth at you and growls.
You trust me, I'll make the pain go away.
The dog gives you a long, hard stare, but does not bite you. Yet. The dog goes to bite your hand, and then realizes the pain is gone.
Hey, I feel okay. Thanks. Think I'll wander off now. Here, before I go, what can I do to show my gratitude?
Who put it on you?
Master did.
What do you mean?
Huh? Wait a minute. Master hurted me? Excuse me a minute. I'm gonna go now, but first I have a thing I need to do.
He turns to his master.
You bad man, you!
Penny for a grieving beggar whose dog ran away.
You're the one who spiked his collar.
God damn it. That was my livelihood. Penny for a grieving beggar?
Get
I
out.
reckon I'm owed it here.
Get out of town.
No.
I'll tell the people what you did.
You wouldn't do that, would you? Oh, yes. You would do that, wouldn't you? I couldn't prevail upon you to change your mind, could I?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Go on then, get lost.
Asshole.
Penny for a grieving beggar whose dog ran. Then get out of the penny for a sick dog, people. Penny for a grieving beggar whose
Get a
dog
job.
got one on you, do you? Then get out of the penny for a sick.
Can I just get him out?
Penny for a grieving. Then get out of the way. Penny for a sick.
Asshole.
Dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything. Good day, brother. Interested in Driftwood's finest catch?
You look down at the cart and see fish with flaking scales, tumours and, in one case, 3 heads.
Just browsing.
It's free to look. Just don't touch nothing unless you're going to make my purse jingle. Fair travels, friends.
Never forget it.
My word, but you do look exhausted. I bet. Have at it. Got yourself situated.
Alright, what we got here? Chain lightning, blinding radiance, dazzling bolt.
Protect against void woken.
I can turn aside fire, cold and poison. But void woken? God knows what'd stop those beasts.
Do you have Medusa's head?
Cold steel it is.
There we go, Medusa's head. Need that. So we got Uncanny Dodge, Chameleon's Cloak.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Skin Graph? No, I can get Skin Graph from somebody else. Ooh, that's a pretty nice
Come
wand.
visit your ton. Who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yep.
Alright, let's get some stuff done. Oh, I got a lot of body parts to eat. Alright, Medusa's head. And uncanny evasion. And what do I need to get vacuum touch? Hold on. Alright, I need to get one more thing. It's gonna be pretty vital.
Back for a return visit. Have at it. Got
I
yourself
need a
situated.
cheap Radiance book. And then I need a cheap...
Yep.
A cheap,
I'm alright, as long as I don't think about it too much.
a necromancy book.
You needing supplies? Anything more?
Necromancy...
You've not a call for the junk you sell, then?
Junk? Why, I offer nothing less than the wisdom of the ancients.
Until later, then.
Alright, let's do this.
Not a large helping of ham.
Combined with... Where's the arrow book I just got? Oh, I could have gotten that. Okay. Vacuum touch. That's what I need. Nice. Alright, let's put these...
Keeping it together, Bree.
Alright, got these on my bar.
I'm alright, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget
let's
it.
get vacuum touch on there. Let's get Medusa's heads already on there.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs.
Haste is pretty good. Alright, I should be all situated with that. I'm not getting enough money though. Alright, let's I want to hold on. Where's me? There we go.
Keeping it together,
I need...
I'm alright, as long as I don't think about it too much.
Oh, I need to put on a
You're
helmet.
safe among friends. Never forget it.
Sybil. And where's my helm? And where's my... Right, I need to... Alright, eat this.
You remember a cold childhood in a no-hope fishing town, bullied mercilessly by a dwarf named Lohar. With no other prospects, you sign up as a magister, eager for the power denied you all your life.
Okay.
A boy at swim. Your name is Joe. You're 9. You're brave. You're off to see your mum. A shadow moves below you. A jagged vice closes on your thigh and pulls you down. Water fills your lungs. Blood billows.
Than a dozen rotten eggs
Alright.
dropped in a vat of vinegar.
From the dark, you stare up at the thin slivers of light visible between the floorboards. Shadows ripple across the slivers, accompanied by heavy footsteps. Magister footsteps. Wood creaks above your head. One of them has paused. Your breath catches in your throat as you wait for him to move along. But the hatch is suddenly yanked open. Light floods you, blinding and accusatory. You hear only one gruffly barked word before the hands seize you. Gotcha!
Never forget it.
You twist your head around as the magisters haul you away. Your wife and 2 boys stand in the doorway, helpless. You commit their faces to memory one last time. Wendy cries out something to you. You tell yourself it was, "I love you," or "We'll wait for you." But the truth is, you didn't catch it. The farm recedes from view behind you.
Alright.
Warm red wine flows down your throat. The languor of a tavern evening soothes you. Suddenly, shrieks rend the night. The magisters have come. Warm red blood flows down your face.
Okay.
Collared by magisters in the far north, you were forced marched to this foreign land. A moment of hope as a grinning dwarf removes your source collar. Seconds later, void-woken death.
You're safe among friends. What kind of rat Never forget it.
Work, work, work. That's all there was in Driftwood for a dwarf like you, until you got involved in the anti-magister resistance. Then, the work was still there, but also purpose. Purpose worth dying for.
Keeping it together, Bree.
You stride past the chained sorcerers and climb onto the caravan without complaint. As you settle onto the bench, you offer Ralik's blessings to the Magister Guard. He offers only a bleary-eyed stare of disinterest in return, before shoving the chained sorcerers aboard. As you watch them cower, you cannot help but feel annoyance. After all, don't they know they're going to be saved?
Nope, they're gonna die.
Eloisa was the prettiest girl, not to others, but to you. Her luminous eyes shone brighter than the moon. The day you collared her for Fort Joy, you wept every tear you had. You never cried again.
I need to put this helmet back on. Where is it? Give me a second.
Keeping it together, Bree.
There he
I'm
is.
all right, as long as the armor set is much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
There's a lot of coal for the junk you sailed
Smells
in.
worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs
Junk?
dropped in a
Why,
vat
I
of
offer
vinegar.
nothing less than the wisdom of the ancients.
Can I create anything?
Keeping it together,
Crafting.
Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Don't need that. Don't want that. I'm gonna save those. And we'll do 2 bone dust for good measure. Learned how to make that. Okay, I think we're good for now.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Alright, let's sell some stuff.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped.
You
in a
needing
vat.
supplies?
Yep.
With anything more?
Ooh, that's actually better than what I got.
I don't come visit your ton. Who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, of course.
Do I need anything else? I'm not using 2-handers anymore. It's really good though.
How you holding up?
Until later then.
Alright, let's talk to some people and get some quests done.
There's a lot of coal for the junk.
The carved figure.
Alright, I need to replace the shield. I can get rid of the armor of Baracus.
Along with the large help with the hand.
Keeping it together,
Where's
right,
that
as long as I don't think
shield?
about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Hey there.
Smells worse over here.
War's a
than
brewing, my special prices for you. War is hell, my friend. But
It
it's very
is.
good for business. Good luck to you.
Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Fish, fish,
Wouldn't you like to know?
fish. Ring.
Bishop Alexander
Together, Bree.
by singers.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never Forget it.
Oh, that. Do I want to keep the unique items? So if you keep the unique items and then you sell them, the stats increase apparently by the end of the acts. So I might just keep them and then sell them to the vendors on my boat.
Magister's dropping left and right. Can't say I'm shedding any tears.
Alright, what's this place?
She nods an uninterested greeting.
Hi there.
Here for the fight?
What fight?
This is a tavern. People are drinking. Eventually there'll be a fight. You planning on starting one?
Tempted.
Well, I look forward to beating the shite out of you then. Bye now. Till later.
Connie Gregor. Is that a play on Conor McGregor? I think it is. Alright.
Ah, finally! Your colleague over there is absolutely useless.
What?
I'll have a bowl of the house stew, if you please.
I'm not a server.
Oh, pity. I've been trying to get a little something to eat all day. But the giggleheads who run this establishment don't seem to be willing to provide a fellow with his fair portion. After all I've been through, too.
He lowers his gaze, then looks up at you expectantly.
What's wrong?
His lip trembles dramatically.
It's my mentor. My dear mentor. He was killed by those void beasts. I told him we ought not to travel in the hills, but would he listen? No. Now here I sit, my closest companion gone, our precious cargo worth more than Lucian's right ring, lost to the beast-infested wilds, and the waiter won't even bring me any stew.
Fine, I'll go look for it.
Ah, then perhaps my luck has changed. Yes, perhaps this awful business might soon be behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, how are you with, well, Voidwoken?
I've killed them.
Ah, terrific news. Then what I ask will be little more than a trifling. My mentor, Liam, and I were hauling in a goodly number of fine wares from the Southlands when we crossed paths with a great brute of a Voidwoken.
You don't say.
It made short work of Liam, may the gods rest his soul. I managed to escape, but my precious cargo was left behind. We'd invested our entire livelihood in those wares. I'll do anything to get them back.
You're gonna pay me, right?
Of course. Of course. We'll, discuss the specifics once you've returned. Now, give me your map. I'll show you just where to look. I doubt those beasts out there have any use of such a cargo. I can't tell you how thoroughly you've made my day. Good luck.
Yep, good day.
We, my friends, for Alexander the Innocent.
Pretty good, ain't he? Bet he'd even write a poem for you if you sidled up all nice like.
That divine voice, that idyllic poetry. Nothing like the other dwarves' uncouth chants. Barstam's music is as sweet and spellbinding as honeyed whiskey.
That's good.
Who gains that you have interrupted my newest masterpiece?
The bard opens his mouth to continue his poem, but another glance at your face has him choking on his own spit.
Yeah, I think you recognize me.
Oh! The beast himself infests this rotting town, does he? Oh, the poems I've heard chanted of your deeds and misdeeds. Never composed a beast ballad myself, come to think of it. Tell you what, I shall craft a rhyme for you. All I ask in return is a handful of coins. It's an offer of a lifetime.
Sure, why not?
Magnificent. But if I am to write a first-rate work, you must face some difficult questions. Are you prepared to answer?
Sure, why not?
He stares at you for a few torturing moments.
Interesting. Most fellow dwarves prefer drinking chants to the fine art I offer. But I see it. The redness of your nose, the lilt of your gait. Drink can get the better of you, yes?
He smiles a crooked smile and runs a hand through his greasy hair.
Not that I could judge a dwarf for his drinking habits. After all, the kingdom is a shadow of its former self. Who is to blame for its collapse?
The kingdom itself.
Oh, amazing, isn't it? That so many of us must beg for scraps, while royalty feasts on fresh meat and grain. Condemn our queen, if you dare.
I do.
The bard hems and haws, then bellows his next words to anyone who might hear.
To all lovers of verse, I bring glorious news. I have completed another modern classic. Listen now, and bask in its resounding refrain. Set aside the ale and pay respects.
I don't give a rat's ass what they say downstairs. The Magisters is all that stands.
Arguing with Mac is like giving medicine.
Drink or both. Their dignity has all but left to rot.
An elf sways on her chair, her eyes focused on the counter in front of her, where she has 6 glasses in a row. With the nails of 2 fingers, she's pressing red welts into her forearm. She slides one of the drinks towards you, her head bobbling heavily on her neck as she nods at the sparkling ale.
Now that's...
Sure, it's not going to affect me.
The drink has barely any effect on you, bar a coldness in your ribcage and a wetness in your seat.
Nothing like a glass of the good stuff to smudge everything into a pretty shape.
She slides another glass of ale toward you. Its contents sparkle in the dim bar.
I don't get drunk.
Bottoms up. Cheers to you, me, and...
Her gaze swivels around the room.
Damien's dull knife. This place is horrible. Never mind. Cheers to you, me, and me again. Another. Ah, down the old ouch. Oh, reckon that was. Reckon a one too many.
He fixes you with a stare, looks you up and down, weighs you up, the cut of your cloth, the weight of your bag. A moment passes.
Can I help you?
Then a smile creases his face. A smile carefully constructed to look friendly and authentic. A smile that doesn't reach his eyes.
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease the pain of a decaying world? You're in the right place. Beers are ordered at the bar, but can I interest you in a nourishing bowl of stew?
Sure.
A bold choice, on the face of it, unless you're looking for something a little more tantalizing than a meaty stew and a mildly alcoholic brew.
He raises an eyebrow and gives you a sly look.
What you selling?
A prim woman in a starched apron wipes a glass with a clean rag. She pins you with blue, steel-sharp eyes as you approach the bar.
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine.
Recall a common greeting from a generation ago. 7 blessings upon us undeserved.
The soft lines of her face fold into a warm smile. She sets the glass on the counter and pours you a generous portion of an amber liquor.
I see your mother raised you very well indeed. Rare for a lizard, but all the more impressive. You and my nails might even get along. What brings you to Driftwood, darling?
Niles?
Yes, that's my boy. Did you know him? Finest physician in all of Reaper's Coast. Top of his class. My, but it's been too long since I've seen him.
Yeah, he's a fine physician. I didn't kill him.
A fine physician indeed. That's my boy. Some say all a growing child needs is food and sunshine. I say abstinence and chastity will grow him finer than either one of those.
Yeah, that worked out real well. He wanted to tear people's faces off.
Oh, but it's so good to meet a friend of Niall's. Here, have a little something to eat. Niall's favourite, you know. No one in our little town can appreciate work so fine as his, you know. All his instruments and books are stored away upstairs, all but forgotten. It's such a terrible waste.
Can I look at them? I am a scholar.
Well, I'd love to show you, but I'm afraid I can't leave the bar unattended. This crowd isn't to be trusted, believe you me. But I suppose, well, there's no harm, is there? You seem to be a good sort. One of Lucian's own, isn't that right? Here, take this key and head on up the stairs. You'll find Niall's room there. He'd want to know his fine things weren't languishing unappreciated in his old room.
Hey, nice. I don't think I don't think I ever got that option before to talk to Niles. Hello.
The cook acknowledges you with a small bow, an oddly formal gesture given the surroundings.
Please, madam, you should not be back here. It's not safe.
Oh, it just smelled wonderful.
Ah, the stew. It's much in demand. You should speak to Loverick if you want some.
What's this? I found something.
Please, I must insist you... Please, I must insist you keep out of my...
Alright. See?
This ring, it bears the Magister seal, and there's blood on it.
Bye. Didn't take anything. Didn't take anything at all. No sirree. No sirrah. Alright, beast. We got some stuff to do.